I'm Leslie.
And I'm Shelley.
And we're Sisters in Ebert. Welcome back for another Movie Monday.
It's an exciting one.
It is. Thriller. Dante's Peak.
Dante's
Peak. 1997.
A very overlooked action
Underrated?
movie. Yes.
I feel like.
Extremely.
Yes.
I don't know many people that have seen this, or they've seen that one scene.
Oh, Grandma. That's why I have kind of a threadbare shirt on, much like Grandma's legs.
Spoiler alert. Oh my. Okay, we've got Pierce Brosnan.
Linda Hamilton. Miss Sarah Connor herself. Anybody else?
I feel like that...
People who are recognizable, but I don't...
Not to us.
Yes. Well, or like... I know I've seen them in things, but don't quite know what.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that I don't even know
the boss?
Name. Yeah, the boss.
Yeah.
I don't know who he was, but I know I've seen him in something
Same.
before.
Either that or he's a lookalike to like a George Wentz type person. George Wentz, like... You know what I mean, though. There's like always like
the boss type.
A type guy who's like, looks like this guy, but we can't get this guy, so we'll get the Walmart version of this guy. You know what I mean? Like
the Temu version.
Yeah. Like, the Temu version of...
Oh my. Okay, 1997. Set the scene.
Is this one of Pierce Brosnan's first? Like, I mean, Doubtfire, was he wasn't 007 yet.
He wasn't Bond yet, I don't think.
He definitely wasn't Will Ferrell's daddy in Eurovision.
No. But yeah, like, I wouldn't say early,
he was coming up,
but
though.
like not huge.
This was like the snowball was building.
Yes.
Like it was getting bigger and bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't mention, we saw this at the drive-in.
The drive-in, yes.
So at our local drive-in movie theater, which is still around, which they are not too many.
They just had an anniversary too. I think next year's their 80th. year. I think this year was their 79th, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. And they're not no, I think so.
I thought they just had anniversary fireworks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it wasn't
they do it every year. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Every year is a year to celebrate.
Now there's two local drive-ins. The other one had its big one last year.
Okay. Isn't that weird though? Like so many places have no drive-ins, and we have two.
Actually, there's three if you count Mahoning and Lehighton.
That's kind of far from. We never went to that.
It's about 40 minutes, I think. Yeah. It's not terrible.
Yeah, we could.
We could theoretically go to it, but they show like they'll show like movies that have been out a while. Like they're having like a Killer Clowns From Outer Space weekend. They're having a Pee Wee Herman weekend.
Okay.
They're having like stuff like that.
Yeah,
sort of like old,
not brand new,
old
things.
campy things.
Yes.
Yeah, these ones still get the two locally. Yes. Still get the.
So how like they always try to set it up when we were kids, at least I don't know if they still do, but it's like you have a kids movie as the first feature.
They try.
And then the second feature was like adult friendly, so like the kids fall asleep in the back seat, and the adults can watch their movie.
And I think they still try to do that, but it's been such slim pickings with new movies lately. I think they kind of take what they can get.
True.
Because the one that's closest to us has two screens they need to fill too.
That's true. Yeah, so they expanded when we were kids. It was one screen when we were kids.
It was one screen when we were kids, and then maybe middle school or high school they got a second screen. But yeah, so for them they've even got they got to really pull stuff, but but I think that's what the original goal used to be when there was a plethora of choices to choose from. It's slim pickings, no, and a lot of movies come out direct to streaming and stuff like that. True. So it opens to clouds, smoke, and a volcano eruption.
It was so dark.
Yes. It was like ash everywhere to reveal a fiery title, Dante's Peak.
It was very menacing.
Yes, it was.
Ominous.
Yes. And do you remember I think Dad made fun of this movie. Kind of campy. Well, it is a little campy. I mean, it's a little not believable, but it's still entertaining. I feel like.
Yes.
But yeah, I remember liking this even as a kid.
Yeah. We were supposed to be asleep, but we were awake.
Well, we used to stay up anyway. I mean, let's be real.
I used to fall asleep. I don't know.
We'd fall asleep 2 minutes before we got home.
Just so we had to be carried.
Yep, you got it. People are running and riding bikes in smoke and fire,
trying. It seemed like a poor choice.
Yeah, trying to escape the chaotic inferno, which nobody Pierce Brosnan's there. He didn't warn anybody. I know this is like a
we don't know his role yet.
But
he's the volcano expert. We later learn, but
a geologist.
He didn't see this one coming.
No, I guess not.
But that's what he says later in the movie.
Yeah.
They say that it snuck up.
Pierce Brosnan is on the scene in a truck looking to evacuate a Marianne. That's all we know.
Marianne, not Marianne.
He said it sounded like Marianne.
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 I had the subtitles on.
Oh, okay.
Marion.
Okay. Marianne. Oh, like in Indiana Jones.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Who is tracking volcano readings in the heart of the chaos.
She's a big old volcano nerd.
And she's like, oh, we can't leave now. We're going to miss the show. We're going to miss the show.
You're going to lose your life.
Right.
If you stay.
This isn't a tornado where it can change course. This isn't
Right,
like
it's coming down.
It's gonna spread out like a tornado. Yeah, it's gonna pick up things, but it's gonna move around.
Yeah, you might get hit by that tornado, but you might not. That lava is
like a Twister-esque. Yeah,
you're at the base of the mountain.
Yeah, you're gonna get it. Okay, so the lava rock. Lava rock molten. Okay, so he finally talks her into getting in the truck. I didn't write that down. So they're escaping slowly because there's bikes and people everywhere.
You can't see a darn thing.
No, and there's just ash and it's like a
windshield
orange fiery haze. Yeah.
It looked horrible.
He did. And a lava rock molten comes through the roof of the truck and strikes Marion in the head and kills her.
Yeah, they were very positive up until this point. They're like, we're gonna make it, baby.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We got our readings.
Can you believe it?
Yeah. And then she starts getting scared.
And
like,
then
as things,
kaboom.
Yeah.
In her brain.
Didn't something happen to their tire, too?
I don't know.
And he started, like, kind of limping along. Or is that, I know it happens again later.
Yeah, later.
He goes to, like, 80 trucks, but...
No, he's just rolling through vehicles here.
So we cut to 4 years later. The man, Pierce Brosnan, is revealed to be Harry Dalton. Who is screening calls and working out and called to concerning readings and goes to a geological study in Vancouver, Washington. Mm-hmm. Activity picked up in the Cascades, the Northern Cascades. That's what they kept referring to it as. I'm like, okay, the Northern Cascades at Dante's Peak. But Harry is skeptical and says it would be the odds of 10,000 to 1, but goes anyway, even though he's supposed to be on vacation.
Mm-hmm. He can't step away.
No,
he doesn't seem to be enjoying his life since he lost Marion.
No,
she is all consumed by volcanoes.
Yes. And, like, they're like, oh, like, he's just worked to the bone. He needs a vacation. I'm like, it was 4 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
you haven't taken a vacation in 4 years.
It's also like, you called him.
Right. You're all like, you're supposed to be on vacation.
Right. Let's call him anyway.
Exactly. So Harry is looking for the mayor, Linda Hamilton, who is accepting an award for Dante's Peak being the second best small town to live in the country.
Second best.
Almost
there. Like, under 10,000 population.
Under 10,000 population, yeah. And what did the guy, like, he's like, who made number 1? Who cares? Like,
yeah. Well, it's also like, why are you having this huge ceremony about getting number 2? I don't know.
They're being presented. I mean, they're being recognized.
Still.
She said, like, later on, like, 10 years ago, like, it's taken them 10, like, they've been building up this town to what it is.
She's made it what it is.
Harry, okay, so the mayor is rushing around with 2 young kids. Her name is Rachel Wando, but makes it toward the ceremony. Like, she's on her way. She's not there yet. We cut to Viper from Full House.
I didn't realize that was him.
And a girl skinny dipping in secluded hot springs, but are burned alive from underneath.
Yeah, they're like they dip in. They're like, oh, it's hot. It's really hot. And then,
whoa, it's hot. Didn't she say, like, oh, do you smell that? Like, it smells like sulfur. And
kicked up.
Yep. Yeah. And then she's just like, like, it just happened so fast.
They're screaming in the hot spring.
Harry meets Rachel, who will show him around the town, and her son Graham is always in trouble. She has to go get him out of the mine where he and his buddies, the abandoned mine.
Who wouldn't want to play in the old mine?
That's in, like, a building. Like, it's in, like, a warehouse-looking building or, like, an industrial-looking building.
I feel like the warehouse part of it was built into it.
Okay.
Like the entrance, and then
I'll allow
it.
In. Yeah.
But yeah, it did look a little more
factory-esque. That was like McMillhouse's factory, Bart's factory. My son owns a factory downtown.
Rhymy.
The townies are thirsty for Harry.
Oh yeah, they
are. The doctor,
Okay.
And kids want to go to Rachel's ex-mother-in-law, Ruth. Women, they get there, the women are cordial, and Ruth explains nothing's going on at Dante's Peak. And,
well, yeah, she's just dragging Harry around this magical mystery tour.
Yeah, because she's got to stop.
Like, I gotta make a stop here. Sorry, just a minute. I'll show you around eventually. And he was like, all right, okay, sure.
And
he's getting some sightseeing.
He is. Like, I guess she's showing him around town.
Kinda.
I don't know what the heck I wrote there, but she's like right at the base of the mountain.
It's her last name. No, volcano.
Volcano. Okay. Okay.
First I thought it was a W for like a Wando, but no, it's volcano.
Volcano. Okay, yeah, there's nothing going on at the volcano. And Ruth goes with the kids to go swimming at the mountain, not keeping the kids after all, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, can you keep the kids while I show this handsome fella around? And then she's like, we'll go with you. We'll go swimming.
Like, kids, how about we go to the spring?
I'd be like, listen, mother-in-law, this is a work function here.
So they all just pile into this car
now they're all going on this magical mystery tour.
So like the women are cordial. You can tell there's like a tension between them. Yes, exactly. Harry gathers water samples but says it's likely a false alarm despite some dead trees, as previous false alarm occurred 15 years prior. Kids scream as 2 dead squirrels are found, and she's like, Linda Hamilton runs over like, oh, that's what you guys are screaming about? Like, they're right next to each other.
She's like, what do you care about some dead old squirrels? Come on, kids, you see this all the time.
And Ruth says that squirrels are dropping dead all over the mountain.
That's not
alarming.
To be alarmed about. Yeah. Maybe you should tell somebody.
Right?
She lives up there in the mountain. Like, they had to go some windy route to get to her.
And they're like, she's way outside town. Like, she's like right at the base of the mountain.
Yes.
All by herself in this. It's a lovely cabin, but all by herself. Like,
it's very beautiful.
She's definitely a mountain woman. Yeah.
Which I don't know why they didn't just go swimming in her lake right there.
Right. Yeah.
She wanted to be nosy with this new fella.
Yes, she did. They stumble. The whole group stumbles upon a couple's clothes, and they're found at the hot spring. Yeah, and they're like, "Why are there clothes there?" Well, sometimes couples like to go for a hot dip.
Hot dip. Thanks, Grandma Ruth, for explaining that to the kids.
At the hot spring, as their bodies are found right before Graham jumped into the spring.
Harry saved his life. He said, "No."
He grabbed him too. Like, but who's gonna jump like a cannonball into a hot spring? Like.
Although I used to try and jump like at a hot tub, like we were at the pool, like at a hotel pool, and Mom would be like, "No jumping."
Yeah, well, yeah, you're gonna burn yourself.
No, it's splashing all over. Kids are different,
I guess. And Ruth is taking the kids home now. All of a sudden, now that we found 2 dead bodies, we're
the squirrels, but
they're like face down in the spring,
right?
Like, they're just both.
It's also. What car is she taking them home?
That's what I was wondering. I guess because they had to call people up from the town, she can hitch a ride.
Hitch a ride for her.
She can hitch a ride with the corner.
Slide those body bags to the left. Climb in.
Yeah, you got it. Harry suspects the problem is serious and calls a city council meeting to warn for evacuation possibility. And the council is worried that the company thinking of investing in the town may scare off if evacuation is actually needed. There's a guy who's getting ready to invest like this huge
sum of money.
But
it's also like, wouldn't you want to show them, like, we take our town seriously?
Yes.
We want to make sure that your money isn't invested in a safe place.
Yep. And that we're going to take care of your investment.
Right. Exactly. I don't think... Obviously, they know they're investing in a volcanic area.
And the people that were found, the bodies were tourists. They weren't, like visitors. She said they might be backpackers. She said it was nobody that they knew.
Yeah.
Harry's team arrives and remark how similar the town is to Pompeii. Like, look at all this, Harry's boss, Paul, is upset that Harry is scaring the town prematurely and shuts down the evacuation fears. The team will continue to monitor the mountain, and the council is upset that the meeting was called as Paul undermines Harry, who warns of mountain instability, but is told to go on vacation instead, even though called out of vacation just for this.
This is Jaws all over again. Where, like, the smart one on the team is like, hey, please, don't do this. And the boss is like, whatever, do your best. We don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
But, like, you've got dead trees. You got squirrels dying.
2 dead tourists.
Got 2 dead tourists in a hot spring. Like, these are things that don't add up.
I don't care what your little ticker's saying here.
Right. The hot spring was obviously too hot. Are you going to close the hot spring? Put up some signs? Because some people got boiled alive.
They don't have any beach closed signs, Shel.
Not in Amity and not here in Dante's Peak either.
The team and Paul run into Harry at a bar that night, who has chosen to stay, but must listen to Paul and consider the economic and delicate politics of the town. So delicate. Because I guess Paul had like a false alarm years ago and it never recovered. And I was like,
I would rather evacuate my house and them say it's safe to come back.
Right.
You're good. Like, who is that inconvenienced by a few days?
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Especially if they do it and then it turns out to be a false alarm. Right. Why wouldn't people come back that like nothing happened? Right. So it's okay.
And if it's not a false alarm, good, we got out.
We got out, yeah. Harry apologizes the next day to Rachel, who invites him for dinner as he saved Graham and cares about the town.
I thought you said cares, like cars. Like how we say from
all those cares.
Are those cares?
A helicopter is chartered to check out the mountain and no activity is indicated in testing.
I don't understand this part.
No.
There was all sorts of signs. They were getting readings from far away that they call the man out from vacation.
Yeah.
But now there's nothing.
They're like minimal earthquakes. Yeah. Like,
and Harry keeps pushing for them to do more tests and they're like, whatever. There's nothing here. Don't worry.
Why did we waste our time?
Why are we here at all?
Thank you.
What were you seeing back at the shop in town?
Yeah, exactly.
That you're not seeing now here on the mountain.
Harry goes to dinner at Rachel's that night and does tricks for the kids. Rachel wouldn't want to live anywhere else and can't even imagine, and is the mayor as well as running a coffee shop for some reason. Mm-hmm. Like she can do both. I mean, Rachel's ex-husband is MIA and no one knows where he is.
Not even Ruth.
Not even his mama.
Mother.
She's like, she'll never admit it, but she probably doesn't know where he is either. Harry never married, but says that he came close once and tells of Marion.
Oh, Marion.
Yeah. Rachel hopes that Harry is wrong about the volcano, but glad he's there and is smitten with him. The team continues testing and teases Harry about the pretty mare, Rachel, who brings team coffee daily, and the team is getting a research robot ready, but NASA monitor causes problems and is removed. Mm-hmm. There's like a giant thing that like a monitor from NASA that's a huge box thing, and it's attached to their thing because NASA wants to monitor as well for some reason.
Their own data purposes. Yeah. They're testing it for NASA.
Right. And it's causing the robot to malfunction though.
Yeah, so
let's not forget this is 1997. People.
Yeah. So he pops it off and they're like, don't tell NASA.
Yeah, they're like, better get that thing back on before NASA realizes. And I was thinking too, that coffee guy, I remember him. I forgot that. I thought that was from George of the Jungle, and that's from this. You know, they're very similar. Yes. He definitely took that from George of the Jungle.
I mean, he saw something that worked and ran with it.
Yeah. He was very excited about Rachel's coffee shop.
Coffee was a huge thing at this time.
This was the Friends era.
Yeah, coffee shops and everybody getting together.
Seattle or the Seattle area. The robot is now working well and is used at the top of the mountain as the teammate goes down to fix it when the legs stop working on the robot. Yeah. But problems occur on the treacherous mountainside, and Terry is the teammate and he's not listening.
Oh, Terry. Yeah. He unhooks his safety gear.
Like an idiot.
To go down this volcanic mountain.
Seismic activity starts right where Harry, and the robot are, causing rocks to tumble. I know. And breaks Terry's legs as the team tries to send the chopper, but the pilot is hassling them about money. He's not getting paid enough for this, and he wants more money.
But it's this is an emergency.
Right, sir.
We can work the figures out later.
The chopper is sent and picks up the men, leaving the robot. Paul is still hesitant to listen to Harry and says he needs to wait for data in 48 hours. Mm-hmm. Sir.
What are you? I don't understand what you're waiting for. You're the ones collecting it. You're the ones reading it. What lab did you send this out to that you're waiting for?
Wiping your saliva.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm spitting. I'm so flustered.
I'm sorry. I couldn't think of a better way. I'm sorry. I didn't want to touch it, and then I did. I feel like I didn't get it all.
I'm spewing just like a volcano. I'm just so angry about this whole scenario.
I'm not getting paid enough to do this.
I know. My helicopter pilot here. She wants the news, not the weather. Let's continue on.
That's right. Okay. So the team agrees with Paul that no evidence of activity is present, but Harry feels more is going on. Mm-hmm.
That's true. Like, no data is reflecting this. And I don't understand how.
I know. How did you collect it before you got here? Like, and now you're here and it's nothing. It's just being a demure
little earthquakes. And Rachel's like, oh no. And they're like, that happens all the time.
All day long. You don't even really. Yeah.
You don't even.
Oh, well, good then. Paul, such a mom.
Yes.
It's like Rachel's not cool, but she's trying to be mom cool. So.
She's trying to impress Harry too.
Yeah. Paul finds no activity still the next day, and will move the team home.
This also seems like a long time. Like every time he'd be like, just one more day, and then they're there another day, and like.
Well, he's like 2 more days, but then the next day he's like, there's nothing.
Yeah, that's enough.
Harry and Rachel flirt that night at the bar. Mm-hmm. Harry walks Rachel home, and she wishes he wasn't leaving the mountain.
She had a babysitter, so she could go to the bar.
Yeah.
And she had to send the babysitter home. And she said, how about next week?
Yeah.
So she's already making plans to go back to this bar next week.
Yeah.
And Harry's not there.
Right. She's just always at this bar, I guess, with the townies. Rachel and Harry are interrupted mid-kiss by daughter Lauren, who wants water. The water is discolored, and Harry asks to see the town's water supply, which is found to be filled with sulfur, and goes alert the team that scientific evidence just arrived, as all readings are rising, and the National Guard won't be there until the next morning, next day. Not even the morning, the next day.
This is troublesome.
Right. I had a note that she was like, she didn't want him to leave the mountain or not, and I didn't finish my thought, so I think she just didn't want him to leave, like, whether or not there was any activity.
Yeah, I just wish you weren't going.
Yeah.
Not just because of the volcano. But
yeah, just because. Rachel calls a meeting the next day at 6 p.m. I was like, rather late in the day, man.
How about an 8 a.m. here?
And, well, I get people work, but, like, the whole town kind of works in the town, so maybe just shut everything down.
Right, everybody close your shop for 30 minutes. We need to discuss something.
Because the guy who's investing in this, like, plant or whatever that's coming in isn't built yet. Like, nobody's outside of the town. Like, at 6 p.m. to discuss the evacuation.
Time out. We didn't mention, they were having, like, a Pioneer Festival.
Yeah.
So there were some tourists.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What? Okay, so that wasn't just for the celebration of the thing.
No, that was
Pioneer
Festival.
That's right. I
saw
about
it and was like, my daughter would love this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
there was a parade. There was all sorts of happenings.
Covered wagons.
Yes.
At 6 p.m. to discuss the evacuation of Dante's Peak. Rachel calls Ruth, who lives right at the base of the mountain, to come down, but she refuses to leave. The kids are told to pack, but are worried about Grandma, like, because she's leaving to go to this meeting, and she tells the kids to pack 1 bag each, and they're supposed to stay there and wait for her to come back.
Which I don't think in this scenario I would be leaving my children.
No. Yeah.
Like, let's quick throw some underwear in a bag and get in the car. Let's go. Mommy's got to get back into town.
Yep. We're leaving right from the meeting.
Yep.
And that's where we're going. So Blair Industries decides to back out. That was who was going to invest in the town. And earthquakes are starting as all rush to leave, and the mountain is visibly smoking at this point.
And they're like, ooh.
Yeah, and like they're in a gymnasium, and it's all like starting to crumble down. People are getting trampled. It's
Harry's saving people. He's picking people up.
Yeah, buildings are crumbling due to earthquakes, and Paul admits to Harry he was wrong. Well, gee, thanks, Paul.
Yeah, that really means a lot now.
Yeah, after I had to come to you with my sulfur water.
Yes.
The night before, it's 6 p.m. the next day, nobody's done a darn thing.
The whole time thinking, like, what are all these people drinking? They must be so parched.
And nobody
went to take a shower and was like, what's happening?
Right.
Like, nobody's alarmed except Rachel and Harry.
I know, this is nuts. Because I'm like, here you get like water alerts all the time if there's something. Like, we're on a well, but like in the city, there's you'll see it all the time. It'll come up on social media.
And
like,
this is a small town.
Right. Somebody will alert the town that there is a water thing.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yep, they have one source of water. Everybody's going to notice it. Give me a break.
The whole time, though, after this point, I'm just thinking, that little girl must be so thirsty. She wanted that glass of water in the middle of the night, and she still hasn't gotten it.
Maybe she wanted juice.
They probably did have juice in their fridge that she had instead.
Well, plus they have the storefront down below in the coffee shop.
She just brewed her up some.
Well, no, but remember they had like sodas and stuff down there too. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, that's what you want at bedtime. Right. Bill for a kid. Okay. The town is pushing each other out of the way to evacuate, like in cars. They're like nudging each other out of the way.
shoving through.
And
like,
yeah.
You don't know how it would be, but
no.
I feel like it wouldn't be quite like that.
No. And what is the holdup on the bridge? Like, why are we going so slow over the bridge?
No. Is it just that people have clogged so much and now you got cars at weird angles? But they didn't seem to mind scraping into each other a second
ago. But you know how it always is on the highway. There's some looky-loo who's like, oh, rubbernecking.
Let me take my picture by the mountain real quick.
Not back then.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, the bridge collapses.
That's the only way out of town.
Killing many. Yeah.
Yes.
Which, it's not the only way out of town, but it's like the major way out of town.
That's what she said. That's the only way out of
town.
But
then they found that other little bridge later.
What little bridge?
That other tinier bridge. Like, this is like a big, it looked like a bypass kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I guess you're right, yeah.
And then they had that little, like, one-lane bridge later on. You know what I mean?
That was the old one that's probably condemned.
Yeah, probably. Okay. So, Rachel and Harry are trying to get to the kids, but arrive to find Rachel's trucks missing as the kids took it to go get Ruth. Like a couple of dummies.
That kid was like 11.
Right.
And he's driving up this mountain.
It's Graham. He's a baddie. He's a baddie. He's hanging out in the mines. Yeah.
Stealing doing cars. Who knows what in the mines. And then he's driving up this mountain. The windshield wiper's going, like, this looks like the beginning when Harry couldn't see anything.
The girl's like, turn on the lights. And he's like, the lights are on.
They are on. Like, there's no way they're making
everywhere. No.
This kid has never had a driver's lesson.
I call shenanigans.
He's 11 or 12.
And it's such a small town. Like, even if he had taken the truck before, he was not driving up terrain like this. Give me a break. So, Harry goes and thinks that the truck is... he thinks the truck is a boat as the bridge full of evacuees and others follow him like as he fords the river.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, my engine has a snorkel and like this like pipe sticking up, but then all these other cars start following him. He's like, well, they're dead.
Yep. And, it's like Hooper in Jaws. Well, everybody's gonna die. The car hits the truck, pushing it loose because he got stuck in the gravel, like in the bottom of the lake or whatever it was, river. And the kids are in the truck are unable to see through the ash. I said the jerk helicopter pilot is trying to make money flying people out, but they try to warn him that he's going to suck up ash into his engine. And you'd think a helicopter pilot might know his device better than like a geologist.
No, he didn't.
He did not. And the engine sucked up the ash as predicted, and they crashed immediately. So right in front of where Rachel and Harry are, though. So it blocks their path because this helicopter magically wound up right where they were.
I mean,
the team warns Harry that there's not enough time to go up the mountain and get the kids. So Rachel's just supposed to forget.
Yeah, just forget your kids. Get out. They'll be all right, probably.
The kids reach Ruth, and her dog runs off with the kids and Ruth chasing it on foot. The road's washed out, but Harry and Rachel make it to Ruth and the kids and are unable to get back down. And the team is not wanting to evacuate and miss God's show for some reason. I was like, this is the beginning. All like, you idiots. Like, do you just see one volcano and die? Like, are we just replacing teams every few years?
I think that's what it is. Like, you know the dangers of this. You know why you need to evacuate. Your life's work is about to end if you do not evacuate. Maybe get out.
Think of the greater good. So the lava has breached Ruth's home as all outrun it somehow and get in a small boat. It's like through her wall. They're in the house still, and it just comes through the wall.
And they're like
running out with plenty of time then.
Plenty.
To get to this boat.
Because they have to, like, you know how it's slow to get in a boat so you don't tip it? Like, they're, like, one at a time.
Because it's a tiny boat. It's not like a big boat.
It's a rowboat.
It's like,
it
has
a motor, yes.
But it's like a little tiny fishing boat for, like, an old man, you know?
Yes. This is the scene that traumatized my childhood.
Yes, I remember this, like, vividly.
I hadn't seen this movie since the drive-in, and I still remember it.
Again, I watched it a few years ago. My stepson really likes disaster things, and I thought he would enjoy this, and we watched it.
My heart, this whole scene was, like, clenched.
Yes. Yeah, it was nerve-wracking.
This movie is a short movie overall.
It is.
It's like an hour and a half. 48 minutes, something like that. But, like, this scene felt so long to me. I was like, just end it. Just get it over with. I know it's coming. Just get it over.
Just get to the point. So, Graham notices that all the fish are dead and the water is now acidic. Harry assures the kids that the boat won't sink and all sing row, row, row your boat.
He's very good with children.
And he's very calm about all this.
He's like, it's okay, kids.
Yeah. And he's always finding like a different way to do things. And the motor stops working because it's destroyed by acid. And of course, acid's going to eat like a boat. Yeah. Like, come on. Like,
right. He was hoping they would make it.
Rachel knows. Rachel knows. She's like,
no, we can't go like this. Yeah. This is the first time Harry cussed in the movie.
Yeah.
He was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, like now what?
Yeah.
And they don't have oars.
No, they don't. They're in the middle of the lake.
Yeah. With nothing. But this old lady and these two kids. Or do they have oars, but they start getting the acid?
No, they didn't have oars now.
Because she didn't? Okay.
Because
they were close. They were close to making it.
He takes off his jacket, wraps it around his arm, and starts trying to paddle. And then it's like disintegrating. So he's like, I can't keep doing that. I'm burning my arm off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I'm going to burn my arm off. He didn't.
Yikes.
But
yeah.
They're so close to the dock. We're like this far.
And they're singing it full round of Row, Row, Row Your Boat, too.
Yeah,
like multiple parts.
Like, okay, let's time to give up.
I would be so anxious and not doing that.
Be like, everybody stop talking.
Yeah, I'd be like, shut up now.
Everybody just keep your eyes on the shore.
I'm not Harry in this situation.
No, we are the opposite.
I'm like, stop and let me think. Shut up, everybody, shut up. So the boat, of course, starts sinking, and Ruth gets out to pull the boat the rest of the way to shore.
In and is pulling them, and they're all like, Grandma!
And her legs and bottom half are destroyed.
She is wailing.
Yes.
She is very realistic, and I don't like that. Yes.
There's like a teeny tiny like pier thing like that they pull
like
up to. Yeah, dock.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like just thrust herself up on there. She continues walking
on. I don't think she had the strength. Like,
probably not.
She's probably going into shock. Like
probably because she continues walking the length of the dock to the shore.
To get to the shore. And Harry's like, just get yourself out, Ruth. We got the kids. It's like, I think that's what she's doing. You don't have to instruct her how to get out of the lava.
The National Guard arrives to evacuate the town.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Hope to see ya.
There's bedlam everywhere.
There's like half the town dead. Half of their under 10,000 population.
How did they get in with the bypass? Like the
That is a great question. They found that little bridge. Maybe they built it real quick.
This isn't the Army Corps of Engineers. This is the National Guard.
Just the guys who come in on the weekends.
Yes, exactly. They were trying.
No offense to the National Guard. We really appreciate
your service.
It's just funny.
It is. Because wasn't that how they pitched it to Homer? Like when he was in the Navy National Guard and like they're like, and half that time you're drunk off your butt.
Simpsons. It always comes back to the Simpsons.
That's why they couldn't get there till the next day. They had to sober up first.
That's true. I mean, they had to go report.
Yeah.
And then
get their equipment. Yeah. I get it. Because it does take time.
And get to this location. It's not like they're hanging out at Dante's
and this is
Peak.
like a really northern part of Washington State. Mm-hmm. Like this is like probably the tippy top of the country. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So, Harry carries Ruth on his back.
I'm just picturing like her legs in his hands.
Oh, and all are on foot, but Ruth cannot survive injuries. And all make amends as Ruth passes away.
Yes. Like
Linda Hamilton apologizes to her.
Yeah, and she's like, my son was crazy for leaving you.
Yeah.
He made a big mistake.
And leaving like, all them. Because, like Ruth. The kids, like, how do you do that? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is awful. This is awful.
Gut-wrenching. Heart-wrenching. Traumatizing. Yes, yeah. And I do vividly remember all those scenes. Okay.
This is all I remembered from
Me too. Me too. This is the only thing I remember from the movie. That and the dog.
We probably woke up in the backseat in the drive-in like... And then just lay back down.
I was a night owl then, too. I'm pretty sure I was up. The town continues to crumble. I was, 11? The town continues to crumble, and acid water mudslides as Harry and the group make it to the ranger station and hotwire a truck there that's just there. The ranger didn't take it.
Nope.
Ranger's just missing.
I mean, he wasn't reporting for duty that day.
I guess. So. I hope not. I hope that's why it was there. Yeah. The research team jump the crumbling bridge, that second bridge, it's eaten up by the water because the water
is acidic. Yeah.
And Paul is washed away as the rest of the team.
Oh, I remembered this part too.
Did you?
I did. I remembered him because he's there, he's
trying to gun it. He's trying to gun it and get his car going, and he can't. He knows he doesn't have traction.
He's on the bridge, and the bridge just timbers.
Yeah.
And he just rides it along.
Yep.
I remember that part.
Yeah.
Poor Paul.
Yeah, I know. Because he was redeemed at this point.
He was. He apologized.
Yeah. Harry and the crew push the truck over molten ash and destroy the truck. I put a lot of Harry shifting gears and vehicles in this movie because that's all he's doing is like
like trying to unwedge things.
The other thing about Paul, back to Paul, he's the manager. So I get sometimes when you're in like a management position, you have to do things you don't want to like do because like the higher ups are making you do it. So he's middle management at its finest, I guess. Yeah, like, it's middle management in a nutshell.
Like Harry's supposed to be like the expert.
I know.
So it seems like
I know.
Maybe we should defer to Harry.
Maybe we should. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of shifting gears. We miraculously run into Ruffy, the dog.
Yeah. And, like, he's, like, on the side of the burning mountain.
And I remember this.
Yes, I did remember this part,
too.
They
have to get the dog.
Yeah. We couldn't save Grandma, but we saved Ruffy.
And
we're gonna get one shot at this.
And Rachel's like, we can't leave him.
Yes,
and I'm like,
and I'd be like, I think we can, honey.
Ruffy doesn't get in the car.
Children. Like, it's gonna be a very sad moment.
But if Ruffy doesn't get in the truck, we're gonna keep going.
Yes, we cannot stop.
And I'm pretty sure
the wheels were like burning up.
Yes,
that's what it was.
They were on the rims at this point, essentially.
Yes.
Like
they're
no
just
tire
rolling on a hope and a prayer here.
So that's why I'm like, how are they even moving at this point? Yeah, and I was like, I think Pierce Brosnan knew, like, hey, if we don't get this dog, we're still going.
Because he yells out, we got one shot at
one shot at this.
And she goes, come here, Ruffy.
Yeah.
And he leaps into the cabin.
Get the dog, driving on rims, essentially.
How did he survive at this point? I don't know.
I don't either.
Where did he go?
The town is completely destroyed, and Harry's crew is stuck. Yeah, because they kind of made it, but they're
like stuck on the other side of town. Yeah. So they got their perfect view of the show.
Right, so they should have left early and went that side.
And just hung out there for a minute.
And let the river do its job.
Yep.
And if you're a big shot geologist, you'd think you might know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Poor Paul, may he rest in peace.
Harry stops and grabs the NASA tracker, which he remembers, is there as the big mountain explosion is expected on the trackers. Like he sees everything finally tracking on everything. They left their equipment.
Yeah, they left everything. And he's like, yep, the data tracks.
Yep. So the mountain starts to explode and Harry runs somehow still working truck into the abandoned mine from the beginning of the movie as the team assumes that Harry is gone and all go to Graham's hideout.
Yeah, like the lava's this close to their bumper and he just slams it into the mine and that saves them.
Yep, and
that
stops this truck with rims that were just running into the ground. So he makes it in. So Graham's hiding out in this old mine. He shows like they even have snacks down there. He's very accommodating. He's very accommodating.
Yeah, he's like, hang out here. I got some water.
I got water. I got juice. I got some crackers. Like,
how often is this kid in the mines?
A lot. He has a whole setup. It's like his
for the mines.
What's that from?
It's like a meme. It's going around like something about like Donkey Kong and like doing something else. The children yearn for the mines.
It's true. The mine's the
Minecraft
best.
now.
The mine is the best level on Donkey Kong Country. Okay, so Harry forgets Elf. That's the NASA tracker, though, and
in the truck. Mm-hmm. You made this big to do of
about
stopping to get this, and then they crashed into this mine, like headaches, bloody noses. Yep. So, okay, his mind's a little foggy at this point. He hasn't had water in a good 48 hours.
He's about to go back for the tracker as the kids fear never being found and all plan to go deep sea fishing when they get out. It was very Great Outdoors-esque. Yeah. They're just like down underground,
You're just hanging out in the... Safe from the magma.
There's no dynamite in this mine.
Nope.
As Harry leaves, the mine shaft collapses and he breaks his arm with bone protruding. I was like, oh! Didn't need to see that.
That was a little
graphic. It might have been worse than Grandma's legs.
Nah, nothing was worse than that.
As Harry is trapped visually, because it just looked like burns on Grandma. Like it just looked red. It didn't look. You weren't seeing flesh peel.
It was blood.
It was gross, but yeah, you can suspend some disbelief.
She was basically cauterized. So.
Yeah. And so Harry is trapped in a truck with Elf being crushed from the collapse of I guess crap's going down on top of them because the truck is now starting, everything's being pushed down.
Well, you think everything would just flow right under that truck.
It's in the building, though.
Did they shut the doors behind it?
Good question. Which, if it does go under the truck, it's going right towards Rachel and the kids. Again, you have to... I guess
it cooled enough. Like, I don't understand volcanoes enough to know how far it goes. So maybe at this point, it's cool.
Me neither. And maybe the lava didn't make it to town. Maybe it was more the earthquakes and the ash.
No, it was definitely flowing.
Was it?
Behind them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because that's when they're, like, looking back, like, oh, ram it!
Yeah. So, okay. So, they're being crushed from the collapse, and the tracker starts beeping as Harry pushes, like, a button or something, right?
Yeah. Turned it on, somehow.
Yep. The team is alerted to Elf's location, and Harry is saved as the team is grateful to NASA, and Harry worries for Rachel and the kids still trapped, beyond him.
Okay, so there's this huge devastation in this town. But they got that crew in there real quick.
They did.
To save Harry.
Nobody had any issue. Nobody had to clear a road. Nobody had to do anything.
Like, your only way out of town was just destroyed.
But we got
there's trucks.
And emergency vehicles.
The emergency vehicles. Like, I could see helicopters there.
Yes, yeah. That I could see.
They didn't think this one.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So, the kids and Rachel are miraculously saved and walk out.
Yep.
Not being carried, they walk out. Rachel and Harry finally kiss. And Ruffy Dog is saved too. And the Harry crew is helicoptered out over the decimated town after Graham confirms his promise to go deep sea fishing. The end. And they just kind of it ends with the ruins of the town.
I thought it was going to end with them on a boat
enjoying
deep sea fishing. But I feel like it was out of the budget at this point.
That's probably
they were like, nope, end it here. We have ended on the bedlam here.
Any fun facts?
I can't recall any. None of them jumped out at me that they were very fun facts.
They're just facts.
Yeah, it was like, this guy did this. But, yeah.
I do really remember this movie. I remember enjoying it.
This is a forgotten movie.
It is, and I like the kind of action movie like this where there's a story to it.
Yes, I need a story. I can't just have action. Because really, for how short of a movie it is, it felt like it took a while to get to the action.
It did.
A lot of the build
up.
Well,
I kept pausing it and stuff, and I think it was the last half hour or 40 minutes. There's actually
but it's not slow to that point.
No, it's not. There's a lot of building tension. You're getting these kind of readings, but nobody else is seeing it but Harry for some reason.
Right. I also feel like every action movie is 2.5 hours long. Yeah, it's okay, we get. Whereas this was a nice children's movie length.
Succinct, yeah.
we got what we need to get here. Yes. I like that.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I love Pierce Brosnan.
I love Pierce Brosnan too. He's great.
His accent. Oh, talking to those little kids. He's dreamy.
A gem. The little girl looked familiar. She was in something.
Yes, she was. Wait. Oh, sugar.
Do you need to look it up?
I might. Sugar. Because I saw her and I thought, wait, that is who that is.
Get back in
I can't get my phone out. It's in my phone.
She's talking from beyond. Oh. Little girl from... I almost said Dawson's Creek.
No, that's not searching properly. It's Dante's...
We can edit this out.
No, we can't. I'm the editor. Jamie Renee Smith.
Jamie Renee Smith. Who are you, Jamie Renee?
She's in something else.
Well, I figure since you made such a...
Children of the Corn something.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Is that it?
No!
Did you do this?
Maybe.
Go to her IMDb. Don't waste your time on Wikipedia.
It's just not coming up. Maybe she's nothing. Little girl, IMDb.
I feel like she was in something as a child.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. But hold on. Okay, we're getting there. She's very pretty now.
Well, at least we know she's still trying to work, at least, if she's got updated pictures. Sometimes they just disappear.
Maybe I'm losing my mind.
Maybe.
I'm sorry, everyone. She was on one episode of Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle!
I don't know what I'm thinking about then.
The boy?
Toothless! She's young Catherine.
Oh,
but
okay.
No, that's a small part.
Yeah, that would have been a small part. Who is the boy? Is it the boy?
Saved by the Bell. She was in one episode of the college years. Okay, I'm losing my mind.
Is it the boy? Was she Professor Lasky's daughter?
No, it didn't say that. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, maybe not.
Just kidding.
Jeremy Foley is Graham. I don't know who that is.
No.
All right.
I have a random fun fact that I just learned today. It's not from this movie, though. It's from one we did before.
You made it this far. Yeah. Now you're just getting...
Titanic.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Strauss, like who's not going to leave her husband. Do you know what else she was in? She was the Save the Clock Tower lady from Back to the Future. I learned that today. Just a small fact.
It's better than what I found.
It is.
Children of the Corn Part 4.
We thank you for joining us.
Thanks for sticking around through this moment. Maybe it was okay. It might have been this that I was reading the fun facts and they're just naming the actors and actresses, and I'm like, there was one fun fact. I was like, who is it talking about? I was like, oh, it's the little girl, but like I don't remember what the fun fact was.
Okay. Thank you for joining us here at Sisters in Ebert this week.
We stuck around through a lot.
If you click on the link below in the description of this video, you will see links to our Facebook and Instagram pages. That's our social media. Please like, subscribe, comment, engage with us online so that we can work our way up in the algorithm. We can boost our channel and get it seen by more people. Hopefully.
Who wouldn't want to watch this?
Right. This is quality programming.
You get what you pay for.
It doesn't cost any money to follow us, so that's a plus.
It will cost you some sanity.
And we do release a teaser every Friday, and then our new videos come out every Monday. But we thank you so much for joining us today on this long, windy road up the mountain.
Down the mountain, up the mountain.
And we'll see you next week at the movies.